Today I'm answering another question from Facebook. How big can I grow my business? In other words, what is the kind of maximum capacity for my market in growing my private practice? All right, let's dive in. All right, so number one, the first thing you want to do when trying to answer this question for yourself is you want to look at your current volume and your current retention, right? So if you don't already have these numbers for your private practice, it's a really good idea to have them, even if you're not trying to answer this question of how big can I grow my business. You want to know generally month to month, what is my volume, right, both in clients or new clients or revenue, and also what is a typical retention rate for our clients, right? So a client might come and pay $100 3 times, and the worth of that client is no more than $300, right? So there's a bit of a balancing act between just generating new client leads and also realizing that some clients will come and they'll pay $100 4 times a month for 4 years, and the value of that client is going to be much greater for your business. So you're going to have to account for all that when you're kind of looking into these numbers. Number 2. Get a revenue projection from a bookkeeper or an accountant. I really recommend, especially if you're making hiring decisions based on these numbers, that you get some help and have a professional help you actually come up with these numbers. They're going to be able to give you a really accurate look at what your current growth looks like and what it could look like a year from now, 5 years from now, etc., so that you can plan accordingly. Again, in bringing it back to, let's say, this month, maybe you're just using it to make a decision about, can I hire a new clinician now? I think a lot of times therapists go out there and they hire 5 clinicians at once, and they don't have the volume to really fill those clinicians up. And then they're stressed, they're under that pressure, they're pouring tons of money into their marketing and just not doing it well. So you never want to grow faster than your business. That is a major, major threat to any business, but especially small businesses like ours. So get those revenue projections or those forecasts from a professional and try to make your decision from there. Now, number 3, in terms of your market, maybe you're just looking at your town, maybe it's a small town, and you're wondering, how big can I realistically grow this practice, right, in the whole lifespan of the business? Consider not only, let's say, the number of people who are in your area and the number of therapists that are in your area, but also consider that in the lifespan of your practice, there's going to be other practices that are closing down, right? And those clients are going to need to go somewhere, right? Especially if it's a group practice or something like that, or even just solo practices that are shutting down. Those clients need to go somewhere, right? And so that business is going to shift. If you can shift that business in your direction right now, that's even better, right? So I want you to think about that when you're answering this question for yourself. The last thing I'll say is that I really think in general the sky is the limit in your private practice, especially when you're growing and scaling into a group practice. So I think rather than think of it from this kind of scarcity mindset that we often fall into in any business, right? Really think of it in a way of abundance, right? Or that kind of abundance mindset, that there's so many clients out there that need our help, and my job is just to focus on getting in front of those people, getting in front of more and more people as I grow and scale my business. So I hope that helped. I hope that answered your question. If you haven't already done so, hit subscribe to our channel, leave your comments below, and I'll see you next time.